Hi, I'm Belinda Groves and I'm coming to you from Ngunnawal country. I assume that you have heard of the Canberra bubble. This is not it, but it is the famous Shine Dome from the Australian National University, a very convenient stand-in. The Canberra bubble is that idea that politicians and bureaucracy and political journalists are obsessed with the goings-on in Canberra rather than the everyday concerns of Australians. But it also is used to mean that Canberrans themselves are a little out of touch. Thinking about Psalm 46, it seems Jerusalemites could also develop a bubble mentality. This psalm, one of the psalms of Songs of Zion, celebrated God's presence in the temple, a promise of security and blessing. But how much security and what kind of blessing? Did it make Jerusalem untouchable? Did it guarantee Israel's success? The ancient prophets said no. In Jeremiah 7, Jeremiah proclaims, "Do not trust in these deceptive words. This is the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord." Contemporary Christianity is also sometimes focused on security and success, on life within a divine bubble. Psalm 46, "Be still and know that I am God," is sometimes used as a justification for withdrawing from the noise and suffering of our world. But for all of us, at some point, the bubble bursts. Psalm 46 then does what our bubbles could never do. According to Thomas Merton, Psalm 46 does what the Psalter, the book of Psalms, is meant to do. It tells us not merely what we ought to be, but the unbelievable thing we already are. That we are at the same time in the desert and in the promised land. Yes, the earth will change and shake. Yes, the waters will roar and foam. But also, yes, God is our refuge and our strength. Yes, the nations are in uproar. Yes, the kingdoms will totter and fall. But also, yes, God is our refuge and our strength. We keep being brought back to this more enduring reality that, yes, there is suffering, but also, yes, God is our refuge and our strength. It is this more enduring reality that we celebrate in Jesus, in the Incarnation, in Emmanuel, the one who is with us. God is with us in Jesus. I said at the start that Canberrans might resemble that remark, that comment about the Canberra bubble, but looking around my church, I don't see people who are disengaged. I see people who are connected with the community around them, with people who are struggling and with working with refugees to rebuild their lives. I see people who are in touch with what's happening globally, whether it's rising sea levels or rising tensions around the Pacific. I see a church that is compassionate, that is welcoming and inclusive, that is generous, that is committed to justice, because we follow a God who, praise God, does not live in a bubble, but is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in time of trouble. Thank you.